Hi everyone, this is Jason Zach from Nathaniel School of Music. In this lesson, we are going to do a comprehensive chord study for beginners who are just getting used to inversions, who are just getting used to, maybe you know how to form major and minor chords, but the inversions, the shifting, then the what to do in the left hand, what to do in the right hand kind of a thing might be a bit tricky. So I've tried to keep all this in mind, and also a chord progression which is very popular and simple to relate to because it's there in so many songs already. The 1-6-4-5 chord progression used a lot in songs, and I wanted to make it comprehensive so that in one lesson we are going to do two scales, G major and F major. We are going to first build 1-6-4-5. I'm going to show you how to form it properly with all the inversions. Stay tuned till the very end. Get your keyboards out. That's very important. Also, we've notated each of these inversions so you can see how everything looks. You can get a grip with my handwritten notes as well to help you figure out the lesson a bit better. And that's about that. We're also going to take it all the way ascending, even descending, and also look at a few rhythm patterns for the right hand along the way. Block chords, the standard one. We'll also look at broken chords and arpeggios. We cannot forget arpeggios on this channel. So before we get started, it'll be nice if you can consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on the bell icon for regular notifications. All my notes and notation are waiting for you on our Patreon page. Do consider supporting our channel and getting yourselves a copy for all the stuff we've done on our channel. And that's about it. Let's get cracking. So 1-6-4-5. Let's do two scales, G major and F major. Easy scales. G major has one sharp. F major has one flat. The one sharp of G is F sharp and the one flat of F is B flat. So what will be the 1-6-4-5 on each of these two scales? 1-6-4-5. What is the 1 degree of G major? If you write it down, it will be G. What will be the 6? E. The 4, C. The 5, D. My suggestion is write down both the scales G and F major, and on top of that write down the numbers. And since we are discussing chords today, instead of just writing mere numbers, write down Roman numbers. So the 1, the 4 and the 5, you write capital 1, 4, 5. What does capital mean? Capital means major chords. Then 2, 3 and 6 you write small Roman. I hope you know Roman numerals. You must have studied it, I hope, in your school or wherever. So 2, 3, 6 would be minor, and last but not least 7 you write a small Roman with a degree sign we use for temperature and in the geometry class as well, right? So that same degree we've stolen for music, and that's at the 7th. So 1, 4, 5 is major, 2, 3, 6 is minor, 7 is diminished. So write that down. Under that you want to write down the actual scale with the chords. So for G major it'll be G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, over, descending perhaps, and for F major if we write it, it'll be F major at the 1, G minor at the 2, A minor at the 3, B flat major at the 4 major, 5 major is C major, D minor is the 6 minor, E diminished is the lone diminished, and back to F, E diminished, D minor, C major, B flat major, A minor, G minor, F. So those are your chords, and now we are going to pluck four out of them, 1, 6, 4, 5, and play them in that order with all inversions. Before that, what will be the 1, 6, 4, 5 of all these chords? The 1 of the G scale would be G, B, D. The 6 would be E, G, B. The 4 would be C major, C, E, G. The 5 would be D major, D, F sharp, A. A quick trick would be write down the notes of the scale in a neat round circle, and you do this whole skip one, play one tip, and you do, instead of doing G, A, B, to get 3 notes. You do G, B, D, which will actually get you the notes of the chord. So skip one, you get the third, and then the next third. So G, B, D, and write down those notes also in a circle. So write the scale in a circle, write the chords also in a circle. So circles are the best way to go in music, if you ask me. So a scale circle, that will give you each chord, write them down. So G major would be G, B, D. Then you have your 6th chord, E minor, which will be E, G, B. You start on E, skip one, you get G, then B, and then you do the 4, C, C, E, G, and then you have the 5, D, D, F sharp, A. Write the chords also in a circle. You might be thinking, why? Well, because of inversions. Because if you write down each of these chords in the circle, G, B, D, because it's in a circle, it's easy to stare at that thing and say, GBD is one shape. So you can then write that down linearly. And if you start with G, we call that as root position. Then if you start off formulating G major with the third B, that will be called as the first inversion. Not that the names are of great importance. It's just good to know and show off, maybe, if you want to. B, D, G. Again in that circle. G, B, D, B, D, G, D, G, B will be the second inversion. So each triad, every triad has 3 close inversions, piano inversions. Why I say piano inversions, because I can also jumble the notes in other ways and get what we call a spread voicing, again through the circle. So you do G, B, D. You don't have to count this way. You can count it the other way. G, D, B, do, 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 do. Bach liked it a lot. So now that we have our chords and our inversions mapped out, we just have to play them. And when we play them, instead of playing G, B, D and then jumping all the way up to E minor, which is the 6, or all the way down to E minor, which is annoying considering that you use your eyes to do it, which you don't. Guitar players don't use their eyes when they play guitar. They just enjoy, feel and entertain the crowd. But we tend to use our eyes because we are scared. Oh, will I hit the wrong note or what? Trust me, when you learn inversions, you don't need your eyes. You can just trust your instincts to figure things out. So G, B, D. First ask yourself what is in common between G major and E minor. Wow, we are in serious luck. Both G and B are in common. So just retain these 2 positions and just move the D to E and we're done. So that's G major, G, B, D, G, B, E. So E minor is now played in its first inversion with the E in the bass. Don't forget, whatever inversion you have in the right hand, see, you stare at it and look, oh, G is there. You might be tempted to hit that G here, but then that's not E minor. That's E minor slash G. That's a slash chord. If you want to play E minor with whichever inversion in the right hand, EGB, GBE or BEG, you need to support it with E. Then you get an E minor no matter what. So we have so far G major, everything let's play 4 times or 2 times is enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now from E minor, I wish to go to C major. Again, we are in luck. C major has both G and E in common. So you retain the positions of those notes and you just slide that B to C. Now, not to our luck, C major to D major, which is the last chord, has nothing in common. But actually it's easy because you just slide. It becomes very easy in the left hand because it'll just be C and a D shift. So G, E minor, C major, and when you sing it, always try your best to sing the roots of these chords. So G, E minor, C major, D major, G major, E minor, C major, D major. Now here's the cool part of this exercise. I want to continue playing it, but not from the same old root position of G. I want to make it comprehensive. So the next thing I'll do after finishing one a set of this, or one set of the progression: G, E minor, C major, D major, G. Now it kind of neatly goes because D major has now one note in common with G major. So you keep that, plant that down, and then the pinky is waiting to play the G or whichever finger. That I leave to you. You can even use the ring if the middle was here. And we continue the exercise on the first inversion of G major. That's the next pillar. So G, E, C, D, G, E minor, because there's B and G common and only E minor needs to be changed. So E minor, C major, slide. You might want to change. So you might want to change out some fingers. So let me work on the fingering a little bit. Ring. You can even do some finger flipping. Just swap out a couple of fingers or just lift your hand. And G, E, C, D major. So E minor to C. Again, very common. E minor and C major will always have two notes in common, right? E and G. So whole thing again. E minor, C major, D major, G major, E minor, C major, D major. And now second inversion. D, G, B. We have one more to go, one more set. D, G, B, E, G, B, E, G, C, F sharp, A, D, G, B, D. And if you started here, if you ended here at the 13th chord, your job is done. But let's say you started here and ended, I don't know, maybe that G major, then you're absolutely wrong. So maybe you want to put some kind of a book or a sellotape or something to, or a pencil to make sure you don't, like I would put a pencil here. So you don't cross that border here. Okay, so you start here, maybe put one marker here, and you just go for it. There we go, and I ended. So then you can also do the descending if you wish. You're on the 1, so 5, 4, 6, 1. And then repeat 5, 4, 6, 1. And then 5, 4, 6, 1. Okay, but even ascending is more than enough. Don't forget to play the roots in the left. So now I am done talking. Now for you to play, all I am going to do, I'm sure you're bored of my voice by now or annoyed, I don't know. I'm just going to hum the root notes which you should play in the bass, and then I'm going to do a few attempts of G. I'll start really slow. Play along with me. Get your keyboards out. You might want to pause the video. Okay. G major, E minor, C major, D major. G, E minor, ooh, first inversion. G, E minor, C, D, second. G, E minor, C, G. Let's do it a bit slower. Start again from the top. Also do the descending. Now, if you thought that, oh, I am the master of chord progressions, well, wait a little bit longer, then you will be the master. Let's now do F major, just to know, oh, I've done G, I've done a sharp scale, I've done a flat scale. So that is a good workout for one day's practice. And then to pack up the lesson, I'm going to do some patterns as well. It's boring to just whack the chords down, right? So let's now do F major, same story. What will be the 1, 6, 4, 5? Well, F, 1 is F, 6 is D minor, 4 is B flat major, and 5 is C. And as always, write it down, write everything in a circle, the scale in a circle, chords in a circle. And let's see. 1, 6, which is D minor. Remember, there's not everything in common except that C slides to D. F major, D minor, B flat major, slide to C. You can even see the notation if you wish. A, D, F, B flat, and C. And then we are doing the last inversion of F, which is second inversion. D minor, B flat, C. And if you started here, you will end here, which I think I got right. Okay, so make sure you start slow. You can even do 4 hits per chord, 4 beats per chord. However, my target was 2 per chord. 2 beats per chord is a good option to have, I guess, for a start. And now now that you've got block chords, why not work on some arpeggios, broken chords? I'll give you maybe 2 patterns. Since this lesson is not really about patterns, you use whichever pattern appeals to you or whichever pattern maybe you're practicing at the moment. So I'll just show you broken chords. So you take the top 2 notes and then the bottom. You can do that broken. Or you can do like an outside inside, which I like a lot. Outside to inside to, whichever works for you. Let's do G. The other broken. This is outside inside. Okay, you can even do descending if you wish. And then let's do an arpeggio pattern. Why not? So I like to start from the top note when I'm doing right hand arpeggios. So you can do high, middle, low, middle, or you can do high, low, middle, low. So high, middle, low, middle, up, middle, down, middle, or high, low, middle, low, and run through the drill. So 2 beats. E minor, C major, D major, G major, E minor, C major, D major, G major, E minor, C, D, G, close. So you have the arpeggio, broken chords and block chords to keep things interesting in the right hand, but we need to practice it on both scales, both G major and F major, which are notated for you on our Patreon. So that's about it, everyone. In a nutshell, 1, 6, 4, 5 chord progression in a comprehensive inversion figuring out way where every inversion is covered. Root, first and second. Root position has the root in the bottom. First inversion has the root at the top. And second inversion has the fifth in the bottom or the third at the top. That's important to remember it by. Not that the names are that important. It's more about whether you can play this. And if you are not so much a beginner or you've just realized that, hey, I've got this pretty easily, you can try it, maybe different patterns. And I'd also encourage you to transpose it to different scales. I've given you the MuseScore document in our Patreon offerings page. You can download that. You can import into MuseScore and transpose it yourself. This is a transpose button, so it's quite easy to read this and play this on multiple scales. You've got all your inversions covered, and a few final tips or a reminder of what I said earlier. Write it in a neat round circle. Very, very easy to visualize, and it kind of puts all our inversions on an even playing field. It doesn't make inversions as a very advanced thing. Not at all. And I find it very confusing why people start their journey with chords, or some teachers out there or books or training programs out there teach chords with the root positions of chords. There's nothing wrong with the root positions of chords, but what's wrong with inversions? Inversions are there to make life easier. So use inversions now. More on inversions are waiting for you on our detailed ever-growing chord inversions playlist. If you want to figure this out from ground zero, you can consider some of our members-only courses. And last but not least, make this video go viral hopefully by hitting that like button, leaving us a comment, sharing the video with your friends on your channels, WhatsApp group, Instagram or whatever, and most importantly, hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on the bell icon for regular notifications. Subscribe button. Press now. Otherwise, I will fight you. Okay, cheers. Thanks a ton for watching the video. I will catch you in the next lesson. Bye.